Tragically, any optimism that the police might find Otis alive is about to vanish. Come again. I just woke up and okay, listen, Jordan. We understand that accidents occur, all right? I had no clue how to handle it. My mind just froze up completely. Excuse me? I can barely hear you, pal. Say again? My bag is sitting right over there, but okay. Right, okay. He is asking for another smoke. You have one left? 33. We are setting up a perimeter. We are heading pretty deep back here. I really do not want to look at it. You do not have to. That is perfectly fine. Copy that. We have visual. Is there any need for the ambulance? I am rolling tape. Can you drop a pin on the map? Yeah, all right, loading it now. Police department, damn it, 717. Why don't you link up with Unit 15 and get him out of here? Jordan alleges that he dozed off next to the infant, who then moved during the night. This movement restricted the child's airway, ultimately leading to the baby's suffocation. Jordan asserts he was terrified when he discovered that Otis had died, paralyzed by fear and confusion. He put his son in a car seat and hid the body in a brushy area just yards from where they stood. Jordan, do you have anything else you need to get off your chest, man? That covers it all. What did you say? That is the whole story. All right. Authorities charged Jordan with second-degree kidnapping, hiding a corpse, and illegal disposal of human remains. Yet, in a stunning reversal, the prosecutor later dismissed the case against Jordan. The charges were dropped without prejudice, as there was insufficient evidence to pursue the felonies. Authorities ruled Otis's passing as an accident, meaning Sorensen would face no additional penalties for the heartbreaking death of his baby boy. We know you are inside, so quit hiding. Come out with your hands up, Jordan. Tell us where the infant is right now. Jordan, where did you put the child? The man on the screen is Jordan Sorensen. Authorities have spent the past 2 days scouring the city for him after he disappeared with his infant son. When did you last see him? It has been a few months, just before Kirsten gave birth. Wait, you mean you do not know where the kid is? Officers remain unaware, but Jordan is concealing a grim truth hidden just a few yards away in the thick brush. As the hours tick by, detectives are becoming increasingly worried about the child's safety and fear the worst has occurred. He always held the child close whenever he started fussing or crying like that. That little boy never screamed that way when I was around him. It is January 19th. Screaming, it has been days since Jordan and his son Otis vanished, so deputies are kicking off their hunt at a local motel where he was reportedly staying. Good morning, Amanda. We need to have a quick word with you. Yeah. Are you dressed appropriately? No. I just hopped out of the shower. Okay. Just be aware that my body camera is rolling. We are trying to locate Jordan. Do you know a Jordan Sorensen? I have not laid eyes on him in months. Got it. Is he hiding inside the room with you? No, just my fiance. Do you care if we step in to take a look? Yeah, okay, sounds good. Hello. You guys were heading out anyway. We are searching for an infant too. Do you know anything about a missing child? No. Kirsten Anderson delivered the baby boy on December 25th, 2023. Following the delivery, she popped hot for fentanyl. That left the father, Jordan, as the only guardian responsible for the kid. Because he also struggled with substance abuse, the state required him to pass a screening to show he was sober and fit to look after his newborn. Even though he passed, Child Protective Services refused to give him full custody, forcing him to move in with a friend named Pamela while taking more tests to prove he could parent Otis. However, not long after crashing at his friend's house, Jordan went off the grid. Witnesses later reported spotting him hanging around this motel. Although Amanda and her partner have not seen the suspect, they possess a clue that steers the case on the right track. I am pregnant, but that is all. How is it going? Hi. Is that your buddy over there? Yeah, all right. Have you spotted Jordan? So why am I being forced to pack my stuff and go? I am not sure that you have to. We reviewed surveillance footage showing unauthorized people entering yesterday before you arrived, so the front desk assumed those trespassers were still inside. I had no idea you were actually Amanda. Oh, got it. I was wondering what I did to get in trouble. It was just other folks drifting in and out of the room. Oh, I see. Care if I take a quick peek in here? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, yeah, you two are not in any trouble. We are strictly hunting for Jordan because there is a missing infant involved. So, oh, whoa. Yeah. You have not heard anything about it? No. I actually caught wind of that maybe an hour ago. Someone told me to keep my eyes peeled for him. Okay. What did they tell you? He is down at the homeless camp. Got it. Did you see him personally? I have not. When was the last time you actually laid eyes on him? For me, it was a few months back, right before Kirsten delivered. I did not even know she gave birth. The couple tells officers that the suspect frequents nearby Kai Tai Park, a location that has transformed into a transient encampment over the last few years. Racing against the clock to save the child, deputies speed toward the encampment to investigate this fresh tip. The officers have no idea. They will soon become very acquainted with Kai Tai Park, as it is destined to be the scene of a lengthy investigation that uncovers one of the most gruesome finds this town has seen in ages. Police department, is anyone inside this tent? That one is clear. Police, anyone home? Hello? Looks like these are abandoned. Folks cleared out of these spots a few days ago. I spotted a person back this way. How are you doing today? Good. Do you happen to know Jordan? No, I have not run into him. He is a fellow with red hair. Did you ever catch him with an infant? He stands roughly this high. Yeah, 6'1" or thereabouts. Sort of brown, reddish hair. I suppose his partner recently gave birth. Yeah. We need to check on the child to ensure he is safe. Is that so? Does he usually loiter in this neighborhood? Yeah, the side right over there. That is where he visits. Okay, all right. You mean like that trio, that group of 3 people over there? Okay. However, it does not take much time for deputies to locate a person willing to offer the initial tip regarding Jordan's location. Is anyone inside? Hello, Sheriff's Department. How is it going? What was that? Do I need to get her up? No. So, are you acquainted with a Jordan Sorensen? Jordan? Yeah, I know who he is. I have not laid eyes on him. Did you see him recently? It has been a pretty long time since I saw him. Word is there are some issues involving him and his infant. I am close with his folks. We are honestly pretty concerned. We are searching for the child. You mean you don't know where the infant is at? So that is what we are trying to, oh my God. That is, do you know his usual hangouts or, well, he is crashing at Pamela's place. Okay, where does Pamela reside? I believe that is, likely the woman who phoned in regarding the kid. She is elderly. Can you tell me where she stays? The Laura Heights Apartments. I am not certain. I just happen to be a friend of the relative. With Pamela mentioned as a contact, the deputies choose to pay her a visit. And through her testimony, investigators act swiftly to uncover details that reveal exactly what sort of parent Jordan is. So Jordan was here yesterday. The previous time, but the last moment you laid eyes on the infant was Wednesday. Wednesday? Correct, Wednesday morning. All right, and then he sent you a text message. Oh no, please don't say it was deleted. It is not showing up in here. But I promise you, it was simply an out-of-the-blue text saying, my Aunt Mary adores the kid and I'm gonna drop him off with her for a couple of hours. That is all it read. And I thought, that is odd. Consequently, I returned to the house immediately following that text. And I walked in asking, where is the child, Jordan? Who is this Aunt Mary? And he got extremely nasty with me because we had fought previously regarding how he was treating the infant. And so that is the moment he simply replied, she is with my Aunt Mary on my father's side of the family. I was like, but I find it strange, Jordan, that why has this Aunt Mary just suddenly appeared out of nowhere? Not a single relative has stepped up during this entire ordeal. No family whatsoever. None. Not a dad, mom, or grandma. Nobody. Correct. Then I questioned him once more in the morning. So, when is he coming back? When is Otis returning? I told you, it ain't your concern. You are not. Yeah. You don't have any legal standing over my kid, Pamela. And I said, I get that, Jordan. I am only here to assist. I am just worried. I feel it is incredibly odd that suddenly you shoot me a text claiming your boy is going with this lady out of nowhere and I haven't laid eyes on him. I haven't seen him and both of the car seats are still right here. We are here, and that is sort of peculiar. All those things accumulate. It is sort of weird. So where is the infant, Jordan? And he goes, "It ain't your business, Pamela." And I replied, "Okay, fair enough." I had actually texted Child Protective Services. Whenever anything went sideways, I would text the caseworker. By the moment Pamela realized Otis was gone, Jordan had already missed several mandatory drug screenings and offered the agency excuses at every opportunity. Up to this point, detectives were convinced both Jordan and Otis faced imminent peril. However, with the details Pamela supplies, locating Otis becomes critical, particularly given Jordan's negligence and total lack of duty toward his child. Based on what I witnessed, everything seems to align, and that is just what you suspect occurred. Perhaps, yeah, all right.
He simply became extremely agitated with the infant whenever he screamed. What did he do? He would just get furious.
He would constantly snatch the child away from me. I don't know, because we were constantly fighting about one thing or another. And he would grab the kid and go sit in that rocking chair in the other room and just sit there holding the child. Now, if you are becoming agitated with an infant, wouldn't you place him in the crib and simply walk away? Every single time the kid screamed his head off, Jordan was holding him. And let me tell you, that boy never wailed like that when I held him. Not a single time. Right. Plus, I caught the noise over the nursery intercom. What exactly were you two using for his meals? For the little guy, come again? I'm asking about the method you used to get him fed. Was it bottle mix? Yeah, the powdered stuff. Got it. The jug sitting right there on the kitchen island, that Similac brand or something similar. Yet whenever those screams happened, Jordan was the one handling him. I kept pressing him for answers, but he'd just blow up at me for being nosy. Yeah, he'd say, "Back off, Pamela. You don't have any legal say regarding my kid." I understand the situation. I'm only standing here attempting to lend a hand. Look, if the crying is stressing you out, why not just put the kid in the crib or let me take over for a bit? Next thing I know, the sounds coming through the speaker sounded like a hand over a mouth. You know the sound when you hear it. We aren't idiots. Exactly. Those are the specific types of incidents I witnessed him pulling. It just didn't add up because he was holding the child during every single one of those screaming fits. Right. If you are losing your cool, why keep holding on to him? You'd think he would put him down. Exactly. All right. So the last time you heard the infant was Wednesday. Correct. Okay. And to clarify, that was during the morning hours on Wednesday. Yes, officer. All right. Assuming Pamela's account is accurate, little Otis has been unaccounted for roughly 48 hours. Plus, Jordan's story about the boy staying with a previously unknown relative is triggering major alarm bells. Around 5 in the evening, on that very afternoon, the court signed a warrant allowing officers to raid any spot Jordan might be hiding. Officers head back to Kai Tai Park, suspecting he slipped back into the encampment after dark. Watch that metal bar. There's a medicine container. What is that thing actually? Looks like it stopped being a medicine vial a long time ago. Nope, impossible to read. The label has been completely scraped away. Authorities believe this specific campsite is where Jordan has been crashing lately. The suspect isn't home, but the shelter shows proof of recent occupation and possible narcotic consumption. However, the sweep yields results, uncovering a lead that points them toward the key witness who cracks this whole thing wide open. Yeah, this is the police department. Step out immediately if you are inside. Hi there. How are you doing? I'm Officer Trevor with the local PD. Do you mind giving me your name, sir? That bicycle belongs to me. I'm Scotty, born in 1964. Fantastic. Listen, Scott, we have a very particular reason for being here tonight. Are you familiar with a guy named Jordan? Usually sports a heavy work coat. Not ringing a bell. All right. Is there anyone else around these parts? Just my buddy Steve. Got it. Yo, Steve, do you have a second to talk? I'm not sure if he is actually in there or not. I only just arrived myself. Feel free to knock and check if he is inside. Steve, are you present? It's the police department out here. Hey, Steve, can you hear me? We just want a quick word. You aren't under arrest. All right, time to wake up before I boot the door. You got to do your time. Up and at 'em, soldier. Get moving. That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. Since he is a pal of mine, I can check the shelter for you guys. No need for that. Just wait a second. I am capable of handling it. I will unzip the flap. The interior of the shelter turns out to be completely empty. The Port Townsend officers are currently unaware, but this Steve character is about to break the entire case wide open. While hunting for him, they find clues that raise grave concerns regarding the infant's safety. Is anyone else inside with you? That is correct, officer. Good. And what do you go by? I am going to step closer. Go ahead. I should warn you, I have a small dog with me. No problem. That is totally fine. Stay right there. Can you repeat your name? It's Victor. Victor. Understood. I believe this is our first encounter. I am the new arrival in camp. So, nice to meet you. I'm Victor. Got it. Are you alone? Just me, sir. All right. The reason for our visit tonight, I am not sure if you noticed, our flashlights sweeping the area. Yeah, I definitely saw them. I was watching. So we are curious if anyone out here has information on a Jordan Swanson. Does that name ring any bells for you? Not at all. Apologies if my colleague already covered this, but have you heard an infant screaming or anything similar in these woods? Actually, I did about 3 evenings back, roughly 3 nights ago. During that rainstorm, 3 nights passed. Yes. Any idea which way that sound might have originated from? No worries if you're unsure. It felt like it was drifting up from the southern end. All right, from that general area, since I don't get much traffic noise from the road, so likely somewhere over there. Right, yes, understood. Okay, since the public restrooms are situated right down that path, that is a bit odd to hear out in this area, wouldn't you say? After dark, absolutely. Though it was nearing 10:30 at night and folks traverse this spot constantly. And you estimate that happened 2 or maybe 3 evenings ago? Yes, definitely 3 nights back, possibly even 4. At this stage, Jordan's son has been gone for 3 days, coinciding with when this witness heard a child wailing in the camp. While a crying baby isn't inherently strange, the specific timing is too suspicious to dismiss, especially since Jordan seemingly took his child into a camp riddled with narcotics, discarded needles, and trash, risking Otis with infection or worse. Despite hitting a wall on the ground, detectives at the station have successfully pulled data from Jordan's mobile device. Although the unit was powered down for hours, they accessed the logs, revealing a dial-out just hours prior to his buddy Larry. When police track Larry down, they are unaware he is about to drop a bombshell that will crack this investigation wide open. Tell me, when was the last contact you had with him a few days back? Several days. All right. Is he staying at the campsite? You mean with my friend Steve? Is he bunking with Steve? Sean Whiskey. Got it. Look, we checked Jordan's records, and he phoned you today. I have zero knowledge of that. You're claiming ignorance? You didn't speak with him whatsoever today, not a word. That I recall. No. You better start jogging your memory because there is a warrant to remove that child from his custody. If you are involved in any form or fashion, you will face charges for anything that befalls that kid. Is this today's list? Yes. May I scroll? Do you mind if I look up who is this person? No. You have no clue who that contact is? I really don't. Just the phone. Was that an incoming call to you then? I suppose so. You assumed as much too? If I tap this, does it dial out or just display the metadata? All right, that was definitely Jordan. Understood. It doesn't appear to be a misconnection though, does it? 0 seconds. Larry refuses to divulge the contents of the conversation he had with Jordan earlier today. However, investigators now confirm Jordan is crashing in a tent at Katai Park, which belongs to a man named Steve. Heading back to Steve's campsite, the authorities grasp that the hunt for Jordan and Otis is hitting critical mass. Hey officers, I actually spotted Jordan. He stopped by this place on Wednesday. I was literally about to ring you folks to let you know, all right? He swung by here and borrowed a tarp from my stash. Okay, it was super strange. He just took off, and I didn't see him again until he reappeared early today. He was right here. He showed up this morning. He stuck around for roughly an hour before leaving again today. Correct. Okay. Can you describe his outfit? He had denim pants on and a large black jacket. A heavy dark coat. Okay. Was it a Carhartt? He used to wear a tan Carhartt. It resembled that style, but sort of looked like camo. Okay, understood. Right, he mentioned heading over to Paul's. I just recall he said Paul. Yes. Okay, he did say that. Any idea where else he might crash so we can locate him? Hadlock. Hadlock. At his parents' residence. His folks own a property in Hadlock. Right, got it. So, did you happen to mention anything regarding his infant? Nope. Understood, zero. She just stopped in to grab her knapsack, the one he abandoned at this spot. I see. I asked her point blank what the hell was happening, since frankly, I view her as family. That is when she told me he snatched the child. I replied that he had the kid with him on Wednesday evening. I mentioned he purchased a pastry from my shop that same night, and she just prayed it was true. Yeah, fingers crossed, buddy. He claimed he was on the run from the cops, so I kicked him out. I warned him not to resist if they came. Told him if they bust you, just go quietly. But he swore they would have to put him in a body bag first. He insisted he would force them to use lethal force. Look, the feds are on this now. It is a massive priority case. Anyone caught aiding him or withholding info gets buried right alongside him if that child gets hurt. I am really not trying to be a jerk here. You two have assisted us greatly, but realize the consequences extend beyond just the suspect and the infant. Understood?
I served as an MP with the Marines. Officer, I get the picture loud and clear. Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone in the area has been solid about assisting the investigation. Folks seem to grasp the gravity of this. Appreciate you looking at the mugshot, friend. Yeah, I do. All right, excellent. The guy looks completely wrecked in that image, all bruised up. That is an outdated picture. He looks battered. Like, hey, sorry for the trouble last week? Oh, no worries at all. It looks like he just lost a brawl or something in that shot. Like I said, it is from the past. His cheeks were chubbier when I saw him last. No beard, completely smooth. Plus, he has bulked up a bit. He is definitely heavier these days. He was carrying a large rucksack. Do you recall the shade? Not really. Just a dark colored bag. Got it. Was he riding a bicycle? Nope. He was on foot. On foot. All right. And this occurred earlier today? That is correct. Law enforcement combs the area all night, their anxiety spiking as the hours tick away. Every available unit is hunting for Jordan, scouring half the town with zero results. However, around 10 in the morning the next day, a tip from Steve completely shifts the case dynamic. The suspect is sleeping in Steve's shelter, but Otis is missing. Hold the perimeter. Police Department! Portsmouth Police Department! Get those hands in the air! Exit the structure immediately! Police! Show me your palms! Hands up! Portsmouth PD! Let me see those hands! Right now! Move it! Step outside! Where is the suspect? Get out here! Where is he hiding? Back away! Come out! Jordan, this is law enforcement. We know you are inside that tent. Let's go! Exit now! Jordan, this is the Portsmouth Police. We are aware of your presence. Keep moving back. Check under that canvas. Jordan, we have confirmation you are inside. Pal, let's do this peacefully. We have no desire to injure you. Come on out. Flip over. Get down on your belly. Flat on your stomach right now. Do not fight me. Place your arm behind you immediately. He is resisting arrest. Knock it off. Mind that open flame. Where is the child? Where is the infant? Tell me where the baby is. I asked you where the kid is. Jordan, where did you put the child? Jordan, answer me. Where is he? Zane, get over here. Move in. Zane, hoist him up. I want no part of this drama. I am clueless. My vehicle is parked over there. The situation has evolved into a nightmare for the officers involved. His 25-day-old infant is missing, and Jordan seems completely incapacitated or unwilling to talk to detectives. I need some kind of reaction from you. Do you comprehend? Not if you grasp your legal rights. Give me a sign. Jordan, I am unsure of your current mental state, but we have urgent matters to resolve. With the suspect detained, the entire focus shifts to locating little Otis. Yet, staring into Jordan's vacant, beaten eyes, investigators begin to fear a tragic outcome is imminent. Back at the campsite, the hunt for little Otis turns frantic. Listen, I get it. I hear you, man. I really do. You made the right call here, brother. She absolutely did the right thing. I was speaking with Kirsten earlier, and she asked, so where was the infant during that time? We were just chilling right here on Wednesday evening, And Victor over there distinctly heard a baby crying nearby in the park. You mean last night? No, and honestly, the sound was barely audible. That implies the child had to be in close proximity to his tent. And that is the exact spot he pointed out. Did he mention leaving the kid with anyone? Or did he stay silent? Hey, I just woke up over there. That is correct. However, Jordan finally breaks down, telling the officers the truth and agreeing to guide them to Otis's location. Otis Sorensen was born on Christmas Day, a miracle that lasted only 25 days. His story didn't begin with a single terrible moment. It began with a series of warnings that went unanswered. A father battling addiction, a mother who tested positive for fentanyl at delivery, a newborn placed in the care of someone the system already knew wasn't ready. Child Protective Services monitored the situation, drug screenings were ordered, caseworkers were texted, and yet Otis still ended up alone in the dark, hidden in a car seat, buried in the brush of a homeless encampment. This is what happens when warning signs are treated as paperwork. The people closest to this case, Pamela, the neighbors, the camp residents, they all sensed something was deeply wrong. Some even spoke up. But sensing danger and stopping it are two very different things. If you ever witness a child in an unsafe environment, trust your gut. Make the call. File the report. Be the person who refuses to look away. Because for some children, one phone call from a stranger is the only lifeline they'll ever get. Protect the ones who cannot protect themselves.